Now it's recording.
Alright, welcome back guys to Stackz Gaming. This is Larry. We basically did Blue Eyes. Got 6th place out of 12 people. Not bad. I got a draw. If I didn't get a draw, I probably would be alright.
Oh, it wasn't 12 people.
Huh?
It wasn't 12 people.
Wasn't 12?
It was 16.
There you go, 16 people. Odds even look even better now. 6 out of 16. I made some changes. People want to see a real profile. I like to play gimmicks, but apparently people want a net deck, so let's help you guys out.
That pillow, though.
That pillow is legit. Yep, thank you, Mike. So we do 2 stones. I might play the 3rd one. I still like it at 2. I have a lot of utility with it. Still, everybody plays 2 Blue Eyes, but you need the 3rd one just because you need to have it in the graveyard to get Jet Dragon's abilities going. So they keep saying 2, I keep playing 3, it's always irrelevant, so to each is their own. The new competitive card, that's an old card, is this. Basically, I can reveal this and another dragon in my hand, special summon this and another monster, whatever one I reveal, to special summon both of them, but the effects are negated. That's okay, it's just meant to get easy access to your link monsters and then get fodder in the graveyard. Definitely the MVP. I like it for what it does. It's simple. Two alternatives. I never felt like I needed 3. 2 seem to be really good. I'm always able to shuffle it back. Very rarely does it get banished right now because everybody's worried about my Jet Dragon. So this is very good. I like it at 2. Now everybody plays 1 of this, occasionally 2, but it's basically Marauding Captain's effect. You get 2 of them on board. They protect each other, plus you get True Light. Nothing can be targeted, now it can't be destroyed, so it's a premium. I like this in True Light. Easy to get off with the stones because you can special the stones from your deck very easily. And you can, if you send 2 on 1 turn, you can activate both of them. The only one that's limited to 1 is the banish to bring back to hand. So definitely I try to send these as fast as possible. Another card that I upgraded to 3 was Sage. I felt the utility was necessary because I wasn't playing a slow grinding game and I wanted to tune her out a lot faster. So it's definitely needed. Great for searching. It does get negated, but you need something to bait, so it's a good bait. The other 3 ofs that everybody probably hated today, or no, not my 3 ofs, my 2 ofs. So I upped it up from 1 to 2. I never care to see it, but this meta is important to negate monster effects to go off to stop people extending. Definitely comes in, and it is a tuner, so you can easily link it away if you have to. Or no, not link it, synchro it away if you have to. Of course, everybody wants to play 3 of these. It is good. I didn't see no problem with it. Easy to extend, easy to go out. It's basically a target for Sage. I got nothing bad to say about it. Even at 3, I still barely see it, so it doesn't matter. Winning at 1 or 3 didn't affect my gameplay. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody has their own. And then, because banishing is important and I do fill up my graveyard a lot faster now, this does come in clutch to getting rid of stuff. Easy to search off the Melody, Awakening, just good fodder. I still play 3 of these, just necessary. I might cut 1 out for trade-in. Came in relevant 1 time because I had my graveyard completely filled up, but I don't know. I still like it the way it is. I play the 1, and I play, well, it's not in there. I still play the 1, might do it to 2. just because it does protect your whole board. Came into relevance one time. Was good on the extension going first. I have no problems with it. Seems to be good. 2 probably going to be a must in this deck. The other 3 ofs would be this. Because milling's a big thing in the format, you have to play 3. The 2's not cutting it anymore because once you send 1, you only got 1 left, so 3's unfortunately necessary. Two Dragon Shrines can only be activated once per turn, same as Ultimate Fusion. But if it goes through, it really works. You want your blue eyes in the graveyard, plus to set up the stone. Set up 1 stone, ditch another stone off of Melody, Awakening. You got double jets right away. Probably the MVP of today. And then the card that breaks all the boards that just says we don't care to the meta. Dark Roller no more. Everything's a monster effect, so it only thing probably loses to is counter. Anything that's what is it? Solemn Judgment probably lose to. But still really good. Definitely was relevant because when you want to break boards, you just want to say goodbye to the entire board. So I have 1 paired up for each of them. Is it relevant? Yes. Because destroying stuff is very important in my deck. Whether it be done with alternative. So basically you want to stop their board, destroy something, doesn't matter what. Even with his effect to bring back Jet, I've looped this like 3 times. So it's really good on my turn, my opponent's turn. As long as you're destroying something, you're always going to have access to him. The other favorite card, because now I'm playing 3-ofs of everything to make it easier to search for a lot of my stuff. Search your polymerization, search your blue eyes. It's just really good to make your opponent know that no matter what card they pick, you're gonna get the card you want. So it's like the 3-ofs is important, especially going first. You want to go first in this deck. And then my favorite 2-ofs is Super Poly. I reduced my Super Poly targets because I had to make room for my 3-ofs, but I probably go up 1 more just because I have 2 new targets. Didn't play them today because I couldn't find them, but I ended up buying them. So still really good, still absolutely necessary just to wipe out boards. Oh, no. And we do the 1 Call by the Grave because it's necessary. Timing is key on this, so you mainly want to stop hand traps when you're going first to just say no, allow you to keep extending. You don't really do it too much to stop your opponent. It's more along the lines of a defense for you, more than to allow you to continue. That's how I see this card being used. If you use it to slow down your opponent, because there's so many ways to play around it, it's not that big of a deal, I feel. So I feel just protecting your board to extension with this is good. True Light, honestly, didn't see it a lot too much. Was able to get it to my hand all the time. I was waiting to flip it at the end of my opponent's turn just in case they had an option to destroy it, and they normally did, so it got destroyed face down. I was always keeping my board, so it wasn't that big of a deal. The spells and traps though, to set them, I don't have enough targets. I only got 3 targets. I took out 2 of my other targets. So definitely you need to set a card with this before you activate the card so you have better hands with it to bring the utility. Downfall is you cannot search a card that is already in your graveyard or face up on the field. So he's not going to search another True Light, unfortunately. But he can set Bingo Machine, it'll set ultimate creature of destruction. It'll set your quick play spell. It will do a lot for you. And then my creature of destruction. I normally ditch it, bring it back. My Tyrant Dragon will keep recycling this. I still like it at 1. I was playing it at 2, but that's what I put the Return of the Dragon Lord just to go for the opening extension. Did like it, still play it. I don't think I'll ever cut it. People hated it, so it's really good. People hate it, I gotta keep playing it, so. Still the 2 1-ofs, they basically come in clutch. The fact that I'm always got spot removal with the Sage to get rid of the Spellcaster, it's good. I didn't go into it, but one Sage to make Almirage, it was significant to the point to protect Jet Dragon. And so I think the board the way it is really good. I did reduce the amount of 1-drops I play. I think I only play like 6 or 8 now versus the 10 I used to play. So making room, don't see them as often, but when they come up, they are relevant. Super poly targets. These are still really good. I'm probably gonna cut this. Very situational, but it does come in clutch sometimes. This was good for sweeping boards. I definitely liked it. So this is Starving Venom Dragon for everybody that needs to know. This is Mud Dragon of the Swamp. It requires 2 creatures with different, or 2 creatures with the same attributes but different types. So it's good for when you're playing those mixed decks and all those engines. If you don't want to deal with something, just sweep the board. This, when everybody, well, there's a lot of darks going around, and darks will continue to be around. There's a new structure deck coming out, so I don't see this Starving Venom going anywhere. Twin Blue Eyes, I did not make him today, but I probably could have made him in a match that would have been relevant. The only card that was super relevant was this one. Cannot be targeted by my opponent's card effects and cannot be destroyed by card effects. If he's Fusion Summon with an alternative, you can destroy up to 3 cards on the turn he's Fusion Summoned, but he can't attack. Once per turn during your turn, you can destroy 1 card, but he still has the capability of attacking. It doesn't stop him. It's only the Fusion Summoning at the beginning it does. So you can't FTK with him, but you can control the board state with him. A lot of people couldn't get over him because I don't play a lot of Link monsters, so it's good because when they make the access code talker, unless they're making tons of links, it's hard to get over this. I think I will keep this. I really like it. This I only keep because after it attacks a monster, if the monster even dies, it removes the monster from play and he can't be destroyed by battle. So twin-headed I think is good situational, but he can still be targeted and destroyed, but just not destroyed by battle. So I only bring him out if I have 2 Jet Dragons on board to protect him. If not, if I don't have the board to sustain him, I'll just do this or my Tyrant Dragon. My Tyrant Dragon will always recycle my traps, so my traps are never dead no matter how many times my opponent destroys them. I don't play a lot of traps like I used to, but I might go back to it just because I think I would have won if I was playing my Drowning Mirror Force. It is a gimmick, but it is fun and nobody sees it. The only thing that I did up from last time were I upped 1 Spirit and I play 1 Alzraz. I only made the Spirit today, never made this. As far as the gameplay went, as using these, didn't see too many people doing too crazy stuff, so that was just my matchup for the day. But the MVPs that were allowing me to go for game or at least sustain board was number 97, Basically, my opponent can't target this card with card effects. He can still be destroyed, but can't be targeted. You can detach a material to bring 2 number monsters from either your extra deck or the graveyard to the field and then overlay one. Super good. Using this to bring this out to put over Hope Harbinger. Can't be targeted, 1 negate. Any which way you want to do it. Realistically, you can even do Hope Harbinger and this. He can't be destroyed. I normally will put him in defense. His attack power is boosted by how many monsters are banished. So when your opponent starts banishing your stuff and you get into that match, his attack's going to be massive. So it doesn't care what cards are banished, yours or your opponent's, he will just get big. So situational, definitely you want to go open up with this. I think it's going good going first. If I were going to go second, if you really wanted to go FTK, you could make this, but you need another 1 more exceed to I would probably do this to make this, right? And then try and make a Hope Harbinger on my own. Just to make his attack really big, make it like close to 9,000, just push for game, blow over the board. But this small package I think is good. There was one more card, I forget what it was. It was like Galaxy Eyes Tyrant, no, Galaxy Eyes something. When I remember it, I'll leave it down in the comments. But Hope Harbinger 38, really good. Number 100, I think is still really good because people make their monsters really big, and if you just need to blow past them, that's the answer. Can't be destroyed, so honestly, this is a perfect package to just set up without using too much resources because of the cards I play now. It's easier to get into. And that's my idea of a competitive deck. My sideboard, well, I didn't cite it all today because I wanted to see how big the changes would be. I don't test too much, so when I test in the real world. Because I don't care about losing. It don't hurt me. So, as far as fishing for stuff, like creating 1 extra. So as far as my sideboard, 1 more extra super poly. I always side it in just because I just want to sweep the boards. I like clapping them, but I needed to make the room because sometimes I don't have stuff to ditch. These cards were relevant today. I did side them in maybe 1 time along with the Wing Spear of Raw. Definitely necessary. Nibiru is good, but a lot of people like to get triggers and it sends, so a lot of stuff gets sent. This tributes, so because it tributes, it will stop some effects, not all effects. My extra effect railers on the side, I didn't put it in. I didn't see it necessary. This I didn't play today because it was hurting me last time, so I decided just in case, but I never played it. Drone Lockbird seems to be dead because everybody searches, they're not drawing too much no more, so it's easy for people to find their stuff. Ogre, I didn't play. I probably played more imperms just because I want to negate their columns. I don't really play this from the hand too much because my board, I always have a board. Very rarely do I get blown out, and if I do, I will play this from hand, but I like negating columns. This is absolutely necessary. And then the one of, basically Piercing the Darkness. It's super conditional. And the conditions are, if nobody knows, if a normal monster, or if you normal or special summon a non-token normal monster, except during damage step, you can draw a card. I don't special summon the normal Blue Eyes too often, maybe It's more fodder. I mainly manipulate it to move the blue eyes everywhere. This is why it's at 1. If I had more ways to special summon it, I probably would play more. But the second part of the effect's what's really good. So after you draw, when you attack or declare an attack involving a monster that was made with a normal monster, it's level 5 or higher, or ritual summoned, or fusion summoned, exceed summoned. So basically whatever you use as material from your extra deck to make a normal monster, that normal monster, you can make that monster you control gain the attack of your opponent's monster until end of turn. So if I make an exceeds with the normal blue eyes, I can make him gain the attack of my opponent's monster during damage. So it helps you get big and get over creatures you can't normally. The condition is you need to have a normal blue eyes. That's why I run 3. But because the way I'm manipulating my deck, I only play the 1 because it's super situational because they're getting bounced everywhere. But that's just the way I play it. That's the way I liked it. Some cards I might play for next time is Small World. Small World allows you to banish a card from hand and from your deck to look for another card. And basically I was testing it on Master Duel. It comes in handy, but you lose resources to it. But it does make your Exceed monster get bigger. So because it requires you to banish 2 cards. So if you play this, he will get really big. And I basically use this to look for a barrier statue. This is a side card that I didn't play. I used to test play on Master Duel. Situational. I don't think it's good, but if you needed a bait card for Ash Blossom, if you're in a meta where you see a lot of hand traps, I would play this. I didn't see too many today. I probably hit a hand trap every other turn, so it wasn't too big of a deal for me. But that's my deck profile. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have a better way of playing, then by all means.